as per Albert Einstein, which he says there are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle, where 99% of the people live this way. The other 1% of the people live as though everything is a miracle. Now it is up to us to decide whether we are in that 99% or in 1%. So where we stand out among others, and that is where this critical thinking of innovation and creativity thinking comes. Now if you see what is innovation, Wikipedia defines it as a new idea, creative imagination in the form of it can be a process or a device or a method or a design, any kind of a thing. So innovation is often also viewed as the application of better solutions that meet the new requirements, unarticulated needs or existing market needs. I expect every one of you to just understand these sentences. The moment you understand them, you have the better understanding of the word innovation. Never ever get confused with the word innovation and invention. Invention is totally different. Invention is a kind of a thing which is unraveling the mysteries of the nature. But whereas innovation is finding a small solution to a big problem or a small problem in the society or in the anywhere in the process. So that way, innovation is a very, very, very simple word and very, very easy to do, provided we think ourselves. The best thing to think is to understand the concept, then keep thinking on those lines. So when we understand innovation, such innovation can take place through the provision of more effective processes, services, technologies, or business models that are made available to markets, governments, and society. So the entire innovation spectrum falls into these three sentences. Now, all that is required from the students and faculty is how many of us really think? That's the big question. So then let's understand what exactly we need to do in terms of innovation. So having understood the concept, the innovation is nothing but the process of thinking, defining, and designing. That's what is, so when you are trying to innovate something, as I already said, I keep telling this, don't get confused that innovation is a big thing. If you find a small problem and then try to understand the problem, look at it, understand the problem, and come out with a solution, how to overcome the problem, that could be the innovation. But how an innovation can become a large-scale startup, that we will see in today's program. So when you have an idea, you make a meaning of that innovation, that idea here. Then how to change the world, how this particular small idea can change the world, and what is democratizing of this idea, new idea that we got. As we all have seen, Apple computers, right? You know, when Apple computers, they concentrated on computers, but they have democratized the computers so that everyone can use what is democratization? Everyone has the freedom to use. Similarly, Google has democratized the information. Not that the Google creates the entire information, or that they have a platform where people keep uploading the information where all others can see it through a web. So that is, Google has become a big company because it has innovated a model to democratize the information. Similarly, eBay is a platform which has democratized the e-commerce. And YouTube, you all know, every one of us can record a small video and then upload so that anyone can see. So YouTube has democratized the video making. So that is the reason these are all a typical innovative ideas, not that they have done a great research, not that they have unraveled the entire nature. So for us also, when you want to innovate, keep thinking on those lines, how a small idea can change the world, how I can democratize with a simple idea. And for this, you have to make a mantra instead of a mission. Don't think that you have a big sentences of mission. We all know that many institutions and companies will have a great vision and mission statement. but understanding half of this mission, our time will be lost. But instead, have a mantra, like, Hero Honda company, that's the mantra for them is Desh Ki Dhadkan. That itself should give us the innovative idea behind that. Similarly, Amul company gives the taste of India. Thumbs up, taste the thunder. Like this, you keep thinking, what are all the different companies, what are the different mantras these people have, and what is the reason behind them? You will come to know the operational features, operational ideas of all those companies. Then, once you have a small idea, you have to jump to the next curve. So being in the base curve, jumping into the next curve is technological development and evolution. You have to add some technology to it so that you are taking your idea to next level. I'll take a small example here. When the ice blocks in 1900s, people used to go to Iceland, they go there and get ice blocks in carts and then sell in different places although they never used to have a good storing medium. And then the innovation came in the form of ice factories. Don't think that ice factory people innovated from the ice blocks people innovated ice factory. Never. Ice blocks companies are different, ice factory companies are different. So these people thought that why not we have a factory in each town by bringing the ice blocks from this. Then in 1950s or so, refrigerators came, innovative refrigerators. People of ice factory never innovated the refrigerators. Right? So what the refrigerator innovation came, in fact, ice making has come to individual houses. So this is exactly what, jumping to the next curve. So a basic company which is operating under thing, we should not think that they will only come out with every one of us have the idea, the chance or an opportunity to innovate from that, take a clue from that product, go on thinking yourself, come to the thing. In the process of making innovation, don't worry. You have to be crappy. Try to search for a real meaning for the word crappy. Crappy is kind of a draft. It's kind of a template. It is not in an original format. It is not a final masterpiece. Let it be in any form. Don't worry. Do a small design, whether it is a circuit or a hardware or any shape or a design or a process or a method or a fabrication idea, any kind of a thing. But once you do this, you have to always see that let 100 flowers blossom. In fact, this is the word coined by famous Chinese administrator Mao, when he said in the 1950s itself, he said, let 100 flowers blossom, because let us give the opportunity to school children all over the country to make them think on the innovative ideas. And that is exactly what the government of India under Niti Aayog is doing by instituting Atal Innovation Mission. The Atal Innovation Mission, I will come to that later, is doing exactly the same. They have funding around 10,000 schools in the entire country, where the school children are given 20 lakhs funding for creating tinkering labs with the ideas. Tinkering is nothing but the working with the ideas. Do it yourself project of ideas. And then we are mentoring all the schools in Andhra Pradesh, state of our Atal Incubation Center is mentoring all the things. I'll be coming to that later. So the concept is let 100 flowers blossom. Remember, when Apple started making computers, it is not the computers that made Apple popular. It is the Lotus 123 notes that made Apple popular. And then onwards, they became popular with iPads, iPods, iPhones, all these things. So there has to be innovation continuously. You will see some of the major companies who are shutting down now, like companies like Nokia, many of the people who have gone down in the business because they have not innovated their products, or nobody ever thought of innovating from out of their products. That's exactly the thing. Then great products always polarize people. We have to remember, once your product is thing, don't think that there is no market for that. There will not be market for that. If your idea is good, then the great products definitely polarize the product. And finally, churn the product. Then go on redefining the product, making the product, making it more and more modifications. You will get finally the masterpiece. Remember, there is no absolute final form for any innovative product. You will see many of the products, you will have a continuous versions. Version 1, even the technologies, number of versions will go on changing. So that is, the innovation is nothing but theme of thinking, defining and designing, which is a continuous product. This is not a discrete thing. It is always a continuous product. This should happen, keep happening everywhere.